Okay, hello guys. So welcome to today's class. And today we are working with some vocabulary. At the very beginning, we are going to learn some vocabulary of injuries, right? An injury, it's something that happens when you have an accident normally. For example, if you I don't know, if you play with scissors or if you play with a cutter, ah, you make something like on your hand or something that hurts. You say like, I no, it hurts. So normally any injury is a consequence of an accident or a situation. So let's see some examples of some injuries. So first injury is to bump, right? Also, to bumps will be like now to get against like something. Like imagine you are walking and there is a window, right? And then you bump against the window. Ow, no? Or in the kitchen, no? En la cocina. Normally, when you open the drawers and with these corners, then you bump on your head. So you can see, like in this example, the little dog, the dog bumped, no, on a pole. The bump is kind of like a synonym of golpear, but it's like you you bump, right? Tú te golpeas. So it's kind of like an accident, right? With a pole or with a window or yeah, with something in general. No, it's like you bump or something. Next one is to cut. This verb is a very common verb, is cortar. So in this case, we got this example, and is I cut my finger, right? I cut my finger. So in this case, I cut my finger, very, very common. And normally, when you cut your finger, or when you, for example, you cut a I don't know, your leg, or it's very common to cut your fingers though, right? And normally the best solution is antiseptic solution and an adhesive plaster, right? As we say in Spanish, curitas. Yeah, so normally you say curita. Good. So that is cut. Next one, burned, when something is very, very hot. No, like hot. So normally you say, I burn, right? It's very hot. In this case, I burned my hand. It's very common when you are ironing, los que planchan, that you normally you get like, no, you get burned. Or the ones who ride motorcycles, normally with the motorcycle, some people get some burns. So it's very important to first wash your burn, and then to apply some ointment, no, like a cream. You put some ointment on top to protect your burn. Next one, we got a bruise, right? Bruise is when you get blue or purple or black on some place on your body. You can get a bruise on your arm, you can get a bruise on your shoulder, on your knees, on your toe. Like in this case, I bruised my toe. So normally it's very important, if your bruise is very painful, si te duele mucho, it's very important to get an X-ray, no? To see it's not serious, it's just a bruise. No, normally it gets blue or purple, so that's a bruise. And it's very recommended to have like a cold pack, no, a cold pack. Next one is a black eye, no, literally when you are fighting. If you like boxing, remember, like we were talking about boxing, judo, this is very common, that happens with sports people. So a black eye is something you will get when you, I don't know, when you fight. And you say, I got a black eye, or she got a black eye, right? That's simple past. Important what you can have in Colombia, normally we put like potatoes or meat as well, or something cold, right? Something cold on your eye, and that will help your injury. Then we have broken. No, when it's broken. And normally we use it with bones, right? In this case, a broken leg. So she broke her leg, but you can break a finger. I broke my arm 3 years ago, in 2000 and I forgot, like 2019. Yeah, 2019, 2017. I forgot. I broke my two bones in here. For soccer players, that is a very common injury. For cyclists, basketball players, a lot they break their fingers. So it's very common that you get this injury. Normally, if you have something broken, you have to wear a cast. No, that is to protect that you cannot move. So you have your cast is white, and you need a pair of crutches, right, to not to move. In the case that is on your leg, or yeah, on your foot or your feet or whatever. Next one, we have a broken, but in this case it's a broken arm. And normally when we have a broken arm, yeah, we talk about that you can have a cast, but also you can get a bandage. A bandage is just a piece of cloth, no, that it goes around, or you can have a sling. No, this is a sling, a sling. This one is very, very common in basketball, volleyball, tennis, like all these sports that you have to run and stop and just move quite quickly. And it's sprained, no, sprained. Like we say in Spanish, torcer, me torcí, me torcí el tobillo, or I sprained my ankle, and in this case, he sprained his ankle. What do you normally do? You need a bandage, recovery, but most importantly, a cold pack, no? Cold, cold, hot, and a bandage. That's really important. Blister, blister. That happens a lot in skateboarding, or when you are walking. Now, when you walk, you get like this water blister, right? Normally, what you have to do is to wash it very, very well and to have a plaster, right? A splinter. This could happen in some sports when you are in contact with, I don't know, wood or some surfaces. So you can get a splinter, right? A splinter. So in this case, you have to take it out and to use some antiseptic solution and a plaster as well. Okay. A twisted ankle. Yeah, as well, like literally in this case is a twisted ankle, so it's el tobillo, and it's like when you are walking up and you feel like, no, like your ankle went to the other side. So you said, I got a twisted ankle. No? Normally when you can do is to add some cold recovery and a bandage, right? So take care, guys. This is the vocabulary for today. That's all. See you in class.